Well, hello YouTube. It's a little different format today. They've got me working out of town right now, so I'm just kind of waiting for my counterpart to show up, and I will be off to work in the fields today. But happened to stop in and see the local Snap-on dealer picked up the November tool catalog, and I thought I'd just go through it with you while I'm waiting here. Right now, kind of their featured tool is the new extended length flex head 3/8 drive ratchet. Kind of the one a lot of guys have been looking forward to seeing. Unfortunately, here in Canada, the comfort grip's not available yet here, so we're stuck with this one. So I don't know. I think I may hold up for the comfort grip on this particular ratchet. I spoke with my rep last month and managed to get she's offering this ratchet with about a 20% discount, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, it's 18 inches in length, give you some good extra leverage, and with the 3/8 being a little smaller, it gets you into a little bit tighter access places. So the Canadian price is about $185. So my rep, yeah, she had it on special for 20% off of that, so it was about $140. So yeah, that was the kind of the big thing for this this catalog edition, and that's kind of something to be excited about. I like it, but like I said, comfort grip's not quite available yet up here, so I'll have to wait another couple months for that. Going on, they're featuring the 1/4 inch drive dual technology quick release with locking flex head. I'm not a big fan of locking flex head, but a lot of guys really like that, so really it's your own opinion and your personal preference. So the price, it's not any discount, it's just kind of the price is $160, so it's up to your franchisee. If got a good rapport, maybe you'll get a discount. And then the next thing, they've got the 1/2 inch drive flex torque wrench. Same deal on that one, not a discounted price, but it's the kind of the featured item. I'm personally, I don't really like the twist handle style, but to each your own. So like I said, whatever your preference is, that's what you're going to use. And as long as depending on your application, if you need the precision, there's a few other options available, and to each their own. So next thing here, terminal toolkit, featured item. If you're dealing with this kind of stuff, find the little extra tools. They're definitely nice to have. Got a 3/8 drive angle impact wrench, Blue Point, and then a 3/8 impact mini ratcheting wrench. So I kind of like those mini ones just because they get into tighter places here a little better. Kind of get caught up depending on if you want to use an airline or if you want to use a battery powered tool these days. The size of that's definitely better than your battery impact stuff, but you have the hose to deal with. So moving on, doing a little promotion upgrade to the MG 325. I actually have this gun. I've had it, I guess the gun itself is probably close to, I'd say 8 or 9 years old now. Still packs an awesome punch. I actually really like this gun. It's a nice little gun. The price is a little high, but said it's definitely a good gun and well worth the money. But like I said, there may be tools that work just as good for less money. I'd like to hear if you guys got a gun that's a 3/8, it's a nice gun, be sure to comment about it, let us know. Kind of what these videos are for, is to find out what's there and what everybody likes and what works really good. So next little deal here is you buy a set of 1/2 inch sockets and a variety of, like I got some deeps, shallows, and some hex keys, plus I guess, yeah, they're just metric and SAE. And you can either get some set of extensions or some ratchets or breaker bars, and also a billfold with kind of a Swiss Army knife style thing, or money clip, I guess is what they're calling it. So I was just kind of looking over the prices here, and this 1/2-inch dual 80 technology soft grip flex head ratchet, I don't know, I think they went up in price since I bought mine here about 6 months ago. So I'm pretty sure I paid under $200 for my my extra long flex head ratchet. So I don't know if this is really they're giving you a discount here. So, you know, like I said, I personally don't use 1/2-inch chrome sockets. I just use my impacts. The only thing I saw could be beneficial are these, but I don't see a lot in that big of Allen key applications. So I don't know, it's hard to justify spending the $325 or so for those. Extensions be kind of handy, but for me, the other thing too is once having a wobble extension, I don't really use the regular extensions anymore. But like I said, if it's something that you have a use for and you like it, it's definitely you know, a discount there for you. So something to consider. And then they're going for their die grinders. A few different options. From the guys that used them, they like them, but I don't know, for me, I've always kind of found die grinders, they're kind of a consumable item, and they really take a lot of abuse and you know, often get neglected. So so a lot of guys use the, you know, the Harbor Freight specials or the Princess Auto specials, just, you know, the cheap, inexpensive ones, and they burn them up and use them. But surprisingly, those cheap ones last forever. And, you know, guys say, yeah, never oil them, and they use them for years and years and years. So I'm not sure if it's, you know, which avenue is the best way to go. See, for me, I've just got an inexpensive IR one, and it works awesome for me. So yeah, I guess it's really each their own. You know, maybe a little quieter to use these ones than, say, some of the cheaper, inexpensive ones. But that's just kind of my thoughts on the matter. So, you know, these are ranging from $250 up to 500, or not 500, but about $400, $420. So, yeah, it's just something to kind of look into. I like these little carbide burr sets. I've never used the Snap-on ones. I've usually just gone to my local tool supplier and or part store and just kind of bought the ones I've needed as needed. Even those ones were expensive, so just kind of something to see it's there. Next thing, we've got the extra reach, or extra reach and access for flexibility on every job. Basically got all their extensions on the typical Snap-on 10%. So, you know, discount's a discount, but I've seen individually that your franchisees usually put specials on these, and they got every kind of option. For me, I like the Wobble Plus extension sets. That would be the one I'd recommend getting. I like those. And so I don't use my other ones pretty much at all unless I get to the really, really long ones that are, you know, 2-3 feet in length, and those ones are just regular. Next option, or next page here, we've got upgrade to the PT850, take $100 off. So I guess you trade in your old one and get a new one, or you can upgrade to the AT5 or 5500T with the Blue Point option. Both 1/2-inch. I haven't used any of the big Snap-on stuff or the Blue Point stuff. Guys seem to like it, but I've got a IR rebranded as Mac that I picked up used and after it been rebuilt, and like I said, that's been plenty fine for me, but I also didn't spend nearly that price. And then next thing, it says you buy either the metric or the SAE impact second, and you get the counterpart for free. So you buy some shallow metric impacts and you get free the SAE impacts. This actually right here kind of surprised me. The SAE socket set's more expensive than the metric set. Usually it's the other way around, so you usually buy the metric and you get the SAE for free because it's a little less money. But yeah, as far as impacts go, I've been using my Canadian Tire special set, and like I said, I haven't had a problem with them, and I've been using them for 10-15 years. So I do have some 3/8 Snap-on stuff and a couple small, as I've lost them over the years, I replaced with the stuff off the tool truck. But next thing they've got here is the Snapon Credit. Say kind of the same deal as you guys in the States get offered. Talked with my rep, and if, like I said, using it gives you substantially more discount on your purchases. So if you're trying to buy a toolbox, I still recommend having the money before you buy it, and then use the Snap-on Credit and pay it off early. There's no penalty, as I talked to my rep, to pay it off early. So you pay it off in the first 6 months. You don't pay any interest, and you still get a pretty substantial discount, because they usually will, whatever they offer you, then you get another discount, plus you get these rebates on top of that. So a lot of times you can get your toolbox purchase or whatever for almost up to half off type thing. So if you got a box you're looking at, I recommend looking at this, but like I said, don't do it unless you have the money. The credit or the interest rates are just horrendous. So if you use the featured product, they pretty much double your discount, and let's say the deal you negotiate, you're under this price for the next thing. If you buy something else to kind of get you over that threshold, you kind of get the full discount. So say you're $500 short of the next thing, you buy another $500 worth of tools, and you'll get, depending on, say you were looking at something that's $7,500 and you got toolbox for $7,000, buy another $500, and for that you get an extra $750 in discounts. So basically whatever you bought, you get kind of free. So moving on to the next thing here, they've got the Snapon Multimeter. So they're kind of that backlight's a nice little feature. So depending if you're somewhere dark, it makes it a little easier to read. So I do like that feature. Seems pretty standard as far as pricing goes when you want to buy a good multimeter. And that is actually something I do recommend every tech should have, is actually a good multimeter. I know you can get a lot of these stuff, for Princess Auto and Harbor Freight, and a lot of times they just give them to you for free. But they're, if you're getting into somewhere with a sensitive area with computers and stuff like that, you can cause some trouble with them. So that's where it's kind of nice to have, something with, a nice, I guess a low impedance meter, so you're not messing things up. And, it kind of gives you an idea. Like I said, you can do it an awful lot with a multimeter. Not quite as much as the Power Probe, but you're also not risking causing damage. Next year we got the charging cart and booster pack. I actually really like these, but they're this is something I always deemed as a shop tool. It's kind of hard for your individual guy to justify spending this and having it, but if you can talk your bosses into buying it for the shop, it's a nice tool to have, and yeah, you'll like having it. And then going back here, we've got the double bank toolbox. They're featuring this month is the KRA 2422. I actually have this box. For me, it was probably a mistake buying it, so it was just too small right off the bat. But starting out, maybe something to look into. But I'm not a huge fan of the KRA series. Kind of would recommend sticking with the KRLs. But even then, I don't like their locking mechanisms on the drawers. But I do, that's where I like Snap-on, is they have probably some of the best tool storage layouts out of anybody. But yeah, so that's the November catalog. So if you like the videos, remember to comment, like, subscribe, and definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on what you saw in this catalog. Yeah, some of the prices may not be fully applicable to you guys, as this is a Canadian catalog, but it's pretty much the same kind of tools that you guys will see down in the States. Just, yeah, we pay stink load more for what we get. So yeah, so if you remember, just like, comment, subscribe, and I'll keep these coming for you guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. And cheers from us in the Great White North. And yeah, we're living up to it today.